I was working at a beautiful salon in Short North, and then I met someone that happened to do New York Fashion Week. So what did I do? What I do best? I'm gonna talk to you, we're gonna network, and then I got invited to do New York Fashion Week. My name is Marie Pannell-Biggs. I'm an educator here at the Aveda Institute Columbus. I also am an alumni of Aveda Institute Columbus. So this is gonna be kind of my story to you, telling you why you definitely should be here, why this industry is definitely dope and the best industry to be in, and it's a great passion to have, because I felt like I was one of those people that was kind of born with this passion to do, so that's what we're gonna talk about right now. I was about, when I really was starting to learn how to do hair, I was probably about 4 or 5. Very interested into it, doing my doll's hair and everything like that. Then when I got around 8 years old, I'm like, oh, this is my thing. This is what I think I want to do. But I was also into art. So hair and art together, all that creativity, that's something, if you have that, that is something that you definitely need to merge, because it's going to make you a very successful, a dope hair artist, and it can take you far as well. Even if you feel like you don't have that talent, practice, hone in on it. So I did a lot with art through school. I always had the creative aspect. I was an only child, so I had a lot of free time to pick up different tips and tricks. When I got into middle school, I have a friend of mine, she's my best friend till this day. And not to tell my age, but we like 20 plus something years. And when we were in 6th grade, we always loved to do hair. So we did each other's hair. We did the girls in the neighborhood's hair. And then in 7th grade, it like really clicked with us. This is what we wanted to do. So fast forward, high school for me. In Career Center, I don't know if they still have that now. I know they still have some vocational schools. They had a cosmetology program, pre-professional dance, things like that. So I was like, you know what? You know I'm going to the cosmetology program. When I signed up for the cosmetology program, it was filled. I was crushed, but that's okay. I'm an artist. So what did I go into? Commercial art. That was my next path. So I went into commercial art, still did hair, always my passion. And then my friend ended up getting into the program for hair. So what she learned, she showed me. So I kept that going. She graduated from vocational. She graduated with her license. My best friend is a salon owner. She's also a real estate agent, and she has a passion for hair as well. She also launched her own product. The good thing about that is I've helped with product launch with her, so I got to learn product launch, which I encourage everyone to. You need to learn the business of hair. Whether you decide to open up a business on your own or not, learn the business in the hair industry, because that's what's going to make you a good hairstylist, to understand not only the creative aspect, the technical aspect, but the business aspect, because that's what's going to make you a successful hairstylist. Went into the workforce, didn't really do too much with hair for us professionally, but you know, I still had people that come to me to get their hair done, so I was always in hair. So fast forward into later in life, so I was working in an accounting firm, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, too creative for this, too hyper for this. So I talked to my husband. I said, listen, babe, I can't do that no more. I can't sit at the desk anymore. At this point in my life, I'm either going to keep doing this, which I absolutely hate, or finally just go get my license and learn the trade that I absolutely love and stop wasting my time. I mean, I am kind of bougie, so if I'm gonna go to cosmetology school, might as well go to the Harvard of hair, as I call it. So I'm going to Aveda. There's a lot of hairstylists in my family. I have a aunt that's been doing it for over 50 years. That's also an educator, has her own salon. So I've had technical training. So the kitchen styling, yeah, I knew how to do it. I was in the kitchen, but I did have a form of technical training. So when I got to Aveda, I didn't come to Aveda bragging about what I could do. No one didn't even know I could do hair. I just let my work speak for itself on the floor. I let my professionalism speak for itself. Now, when you go, you're setting your professional tone. I had my black dress on. It was very professional. Now, remember, I worked in an accounting firm. So I had my professional black on. I went in looking like a hairstylist, looking like this is what I want to do. Because your first impression is what's going to set the tone of who you're being around, okay? And unfortunately, in this world and in this life, people will judge you off that first impression and what you look like. So please keep that in mind. So I enrolled in Aveda. I got accepted. I was very happy. And yes, I got accepted. I had to do an interview process to make sure that I was a good fit for the school. And I got accepted. I was very, very, very excited. So when I got into the program, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And Miss Diane at the time was the director. And she came in for our orientation the first day. They're talking to everybody. We got to meet the staff, and I'm looking. I'm like, I'm going to do this. So after the whole orientation, you know, I walk over to Miss Diane. Hey, Miss Diane, I'm Marie. I introduced myself to everybody. So I told Miss Diane, I was like, I'm going to be an educator here. She said, okay, you have a year-long interview process. So basically, I need to show up and show out during my whole program to show them why they needed to either hire me right after school or want me to go get experience in the salon before they hired me. So of course, I slayed that program. Why? Because this is what I wanted to do. This is what I loved. I was older, so I didn't have time to play around and be like, oh, this is what I want to do. No, this is what I wanted to do. I had a family. I was changing a career at like 30-something years old. So you got to make it work. I did everything I had to do, graduated with 106% attendance, and I think it was a 93% grade point average. I worked hard, you guys, and you gotta work hard. Yes, there's tests, but it's okay. Work hard, because you gotta take a test to get your license. So after I graduated, I interviewed. Well, I didn't really. I kind of interviewed. We ended up with another director. Miss Diana retired, and I didn't know she had told the new director that, you know, this is something that I wanted to do until the last, I think when she was getting ready to go. She sat down and had lunch with me. And she talked to me how she appreciated how professional I was. She could tell this is something that I absolutely wanted to do. And she told me that she passed the word on because she thought that I would be an asset to the team, which was awesome. Like, I was super stoked for a long time after that. So after I graduated, I had to go back to the manager's program. So yes, y'all, I did 1,500 hours and then went right back a month later for my other 300 because I had to get my managers to become an educator. So I did that program, knocked that out the box because I got goals. You got to have your plan. 2 weeks later, I got an email from the director offering me a position at Aveda Institute Columbus. I was so happy. Networking. You gotta network in this industry. And the reason why I say this, for one, your parents or mom, dad, whatever your family situation is, they probably told you no. And what did you do? Okay, and you kept it moving. Keep that same mentality. People are gonna tell you no. Okay, at least you asked. A closed mouth does not get fed. You have to ask. You do have to have thick skin in this profession. When I say thick skin, it's just people are gonna, in the beauty industry, we judge. We critique, so it's going to happen. But what you do is you take it as a learning experience, and what you need to do, make yourself better, and you keep it moving. I did booth rental, and then I was working at a beautiful salon in Short North, and then I met someone that happened to do New York Fashion Week. So what did I do? What I do best? I'm going to talk to you, we're going to network, and then I got invited to do New York Fashion Week. So now I go to New York twice a year to work the fall and spring collection for New York Fashion Week, depending on the designer or what shows. If I'm there about 3 days, and you guys, you can definitely do this. There's so many shows in New York. Don't think just because it's not the high fashion Versace's and things like that. No, there is so much need for hairstylists in New York during New York Fashion Week. It's unreal. So, you know, when you're there, you could work anywhere from like 4 to 5 shows in one day. So you are not going to have no vacation. You think you're going to have a vacation? No, you're going to be very tired. So I did that. And once again, in networking in this industry, make sure you're talking to everyone. I was pulled to the side at one of the shows for Full Figured Fashion Week. And they told me how much they liked my professionalism. I asked the right questions. And just so happened at the show, the lead didn't show up, so someone else had to step in. I wasn't trying to be the lead, but I know what questions to ask, how you want the looks executed, what does the designer want, things like that. So the next year, they called me and offered me the position. So I am the lead hair designer for Full Figured Fashion Week in New York, in Manhattan. It's a full week. And the great thing about that is I give opportunities to my students. I took 10 students to New York, Full Figured Fashion Week in New York. They did a yacht show. It was an all-white show. It was so awesome. But that's an experience, especially if you get queasy on a boat, because that boat was moving. We trying to do ponytails, okay? Build your resume, write down everything you do. So now I work Columbus Fashion Week, I work New York Fashion Week. I got picked 1 out of 5, and I was on stage at Aveda's Congress. That was the most liberating and awesome experience. So I was in front of 5,000 people at Aveda Corporate on stage doing platform work. And that was one of my dreams, was to be a platform artist. So not only did I get to be a platform artist, I got to be a platform artist for Aveda, and all the global directors got to see who I was, got to see my work and get recognized for it. It's just an industry I love. On top of the industry I love working for Aveda. There's a lot of different companies out here you could work for. I love everything about Aveda. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that because I work here. No, I did my research. I like Aveda for what the mission stands for, the type of platform that Aveda brings, the type of global acknowledgement that you get from Aveda. And then I'm like talking a lot, which you can see, but I got to be the opportunity. Ricardo Dennis, he's one of the global directors for haircutting. He wrote Aveda's haircutting curriculum. I've been his assistant, and to this day, we still talk. Like, I can send him a message. And it was because of networking and being involved with Aveda that I was able to do that. I got to do the Mid-America show. That's what I was his assistant for. Editorial is my thing. I like to do editorial here. Oh, I forgot to say that. Yeah, I'm the editorial person here. So we do editorial shoots. I do a lot in this industry. And it's just crazy because this year and the end of last year, I actually started talking about what I do, because someone told me, it was like, Marie, your students need to know how dope you are. Your students need to know how involved you are in this hair industry. And so that's why I was so happy to be able to do this interview, because I want to be able to help you. I want to make you doper than me. I want you to be out. When I get old, I want to will up to you if I'm not walking can you fix my hair? Can you do my photo shoot? So I just want everyone successful. I hope, this was inspirational for you, because I can't lie. This is like the dopest industry out there. Let's be real. And we fly. We get to fly and wear black. First of all, don't ever give up on your dream, no matter how long it takes. I've been trying to go to cosmetology since I was 15. It finally took for me to be 31 to finally be able to go and get my hours and get my license. Don't be afraid to network. Don't be afraid to ask questions. No question is stupid, okay? And just keep striving. No matter what the problem may be, always try to find a solution. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I get to wake up every day, and when I say I'm going to work, I get to go do what I love every day. I get to go teach and show people how to be awesome at doing hair, which I like to do. I get to be able to, one day someone tell me, Marie, you got to fly out of town to go do something that has to do with hair. Okay. What else? I get to inspire. My drive is my passion, because I guess also being older, I've had so many other jobs to finally get to the one that I love doing. So don't get me wrong. There's days where I'm like, man, I don't want to go to work. I'm tired. But then I sit there and think about all the people that are clocking into call centers. I've been there. And I'm like, man, I'm not sitting in front of a screen. And at the end of the day, you're getting to do what you love. And a lot of people can't say that. So if you are enrolled or thinking about enrolling, you are about to start your career to do what you love. At that point, it's not work anymore. It's going to be work to get there. You got to practice. You got to learn all the stuff. But you know, when you graduate, you get to go get a license and do what you love. The only downfall to it is if you don't apply yourself, it's all up to you. The only person that can make you pass state board is you. In this industry, the good thing about it is you're not going to get limited if you're applying yourself. If you do just enough, you're going to get just enough. But if you go above and beyond, man, listen, the sky's the limit. I'm going to be 75 years old still trying to do this until I just can't work no more, until my body just breaks down. So, yeah, I love this industry. Like, this is my industry.